Hello and welcome. For thousands of years, traditional Chinese medicine, or TCM, has given us this incredible way of looking at the human body. It's not seen as just a collection of parts, but as this whole interconnected universe living right inside of us. So today, we're going to dive into the beautiful foundational ideas of this ancient and really holistic system of health. Okay, let's just jump right in. How in the world does this ancient practice see the universe? And maybe more importantly, how does it map that universe onto the one that's inside every single one of us? Well, the answer really starts with three core ideas: energy, balance, and the patterns that we see all around us in nature. So, to really get a handle on TCM, we've got to start with the absolute fundamentals: qi, yin, and yang. And these aren't just, abstract philosophical ideas. In this system, they are the very building blocks of life itself, of all the energy and balance inside our bodies. So first up, and this is the big one, is qi. The best way to think about it is like the body's energy currency. It's this invisible current that powers absolutely everything you do, from breathing and thinking to digesting your lunch. When your qi is strong and it's flowing smoothly, you just feel vibrant, alive, and healthy. Now, here's the thing. Qi isn't just one single force. It actually expresses itself through two opposing but totally complementary forces, yin and yang, and you literally can't have one without the other. Think of yang as that bright, active, warming energy of the daytime, and yin, that's the cool, quiet, restorative energy of the night. In TCM, health is all about the beautiful, dynamic dance between these two forces. Okay, so if yin and yang are the two sides of our energy coin, how do they show up in more complex ways? Well, the answer lies in what's called the 5 elements, which builds on this idea of duality to create this incredible complete ecosystem inside of us. TCM uses this really powerful metaphor of 5 elements from nature: wood, fire, earth, metal, and water, to describe a whole system of relationships and functions. Now, we're not talking about literal wood or metal inside you, of course. It's all about the qualities and the patterns that they represent. So first, we've got wood. I want you to picture a young tree in the spring, just pushing upwards and outwards with this unstoppable energy. Wood represents that quality of growth, of creativity and flexibility. When our wood element is in balance, we feel decisive and we can move through life's challenges with a sense of ease. Then there's fire, which is really the peak of yang energy. It's the warmth and the radiance of a summer day. It represents our passion, our joy, the very light of our consciousness. It's connected to the heart, and it governs our circulation and our ability to connect with others. Earth is our center. It's our source of stability and nourishment. And just like the earth transforms a tiny seed into food, this element in us governs our ability to digest and transform our experiences, not just physically, but emotionally too. Next up is metal. Metal represents structure, order, and refinement. Think about the crisp, clear air of autumn. It governs our ability to take in what's valuable in our lives and, just as importantly, to let go of what we no longer need. And finally, we have water. This is the quiet, deep energy of winter. Water holds our deepest reserves of energy, our willpower, our core essence. It's really the foundation of our endurance and our stamina. And this is where it gets really fascinating, because this slide illustrates one of the most powerful ideas in TCM, the deep, undeniable link between our physical body and our emotional life. You can see each element is connected to a primary organ system and a corresponding emotion. So, for example, the wood element is tied to the liver and the emotion of anger. The water element, that's tied to the kidneys and the emotion of fear. And a balance in one can directly, and I mean directly, affect the other. It just goes to show how inseparable our minds and bodies are in this system. All right, so with this amazing framework of qi, yin-yang, and the 5 elements, what does TCM actually tell us to do to stay healthy in our modern, and let's be honest, often chaotic world? You might find this a little surprising. It's probably not what you think. The core advice isn't some secret, exotic practice. It's actually about timeless, practical wisdom that really focuses on prevention and living in balance. So the crucial point here is that health, in the eyes of TCM, isn't about finding a magic pill. It's about maintaining balance through consistent, mindful choices in your lifestyle. That means a balanced diet, eaten in moderation. It means getting plenty of rest to restore our yin, and regular exercise to get our qi moving. It also means avoiding extremes, like too much stress or overworking, and really nurturing our relationships. Every single one of these steps is designed to protect and cultivate your energy, keeping that dance between yin and yang in beautiful harmony. Now, while those lifestyle principles are absolutely the foundation of good health, a lot of people explore deeper TCM therapies, like herbal medicine. And when we go down that road, it is absolutely vital that we approach it with a modern sense of awareness and caution. We have to bridge these ancient practices with today's safety standards. You've probably heard this before, but there's a really common and pretty dangerous misconception that natural automatically means safe. But just like in the wild, some plants are nourishing and others can be toxic. Being informed here is absolutely key. Modern scientific research has actually documented some pretty severe toxicities in certain herbs that have been used for a long time. For instance, some herbs in the Aristolochia family can be very damaging to the kidneys. Others, like aconitum, can be toxic to the heart and nervous system if they are not processed in exactly the right way by a trained professional. This is definitely not something to take lightly. And believe me, this isn't just theoretical. There was a tragic incident back in the 90s in Belgium and France that really shows the risk. In a weight loss formula, one herb was accidentally swapped with a toxic one from that Aristolochia family. And because of it, over 100 women suffered serious, irreversible kidney damage. It's a stark reminder of the real-world dangers of unregulated or improperly identified herbal products. So, what's the bottom line here? The crucial point, the single most important takeaway for anyone who's interested in exploring TCM is this: find a trained, licensed, and reputable provider. They have the expertise to identify herbs correctly, to understand how they might interact with other medications, and to provide care that is both effective and, most importantly, safe. Ultimately, the path forward really involves a deep respect for this ancient philosophy, while at the same time demanding the accountability and the rigor of modern science. And it leaves us with a final thought to chew on. How can we best honor the incredible insights of systems like TCM while ensuring the absolute highest standards of safety for everyone?